Hello and welcome to one of the most useful and interesting videos about manifesting a specific person. This video will have 3 parts. The first part I will share with you what I mean by a specific person and the 2 types of specific person. And second part is gonna be all about how to manifest a specific person. And the third part, stay tuned till the end because I will share with you a fun manifesting story when I manifested unintentionally a specific person. Not exactly what I wanted, but this is a real example that we manifest what we vibrate and not exactly what we want. So it's very important to acknowledge and know on which vibration we are. So, before getting into the subject, let me introduce myself. I'm Cristina, a Master Manifestor, holistic fitness and wellness coach, and on my channel you always find the best content related to a happy, healthy lifestyle, body, mind, and soul. So, let's get into it. Manifesting a specific person. If you clicked on this video, most likely this is something that you really want. But first of all, let's figure out what do we mean by specific person, because for me there are 2 meanings. Manifesting a specific person can mean manifesting specifically John, Maria, or exactly this person that we have in mind, or it can also mean manifesting a specific person in terms of manifesting a person that has specific characteristics. In my opinion, the second option I think is the best when it comes to manifesting, and it's also for our highest good, because whenever we want to manifest a specific person in terms I want John or I want Maria in my life, we're kind of forcing the universe and we're assuming that we know better and we know best, and this exact person, it is the person that we want and will make, our life better and happier. And sometimes we might be right, but other times we might be wrong. And guess what? We can probably manifest that specific person and in the end realize that that is not exactly what we want, because when we thought of that person, we thought that that person has these specific characteristics that we had in mind. But guess what? The universe and God knew better than us and thought that this is not a good match for us, and that's why that person did not manifest before. And sometimes if we push our luck and if we push the universe, God will give us exactly what we want, sometimes just to show us that, okay, what we thought we want, it's not necessarily the best for us, so better to, let the universe and let God decide, and for us to focus on manifesting a specific person in terms of characteristics. So what I mean by manifesting a specific person in terms of characteristics. What I mean by that is that a specific person that we want to attract in our life as our partner, husband, wife, let's say, has specific clear characteristics. So we know that that person has to be generous, helpful, calm, supportive, etc., etc., etc. We have a list of characteristics that we already wrote down, and that is our specific person. And this specific person can be John, can be Maria, or can be any other person that has that specific characteristics. And that's the most important, right? If you think about it, you want that person because you think that person has that certain characteristics. So as long as you have a person with all the characteristics that you described and that you put out in the universe to attract, what does it matter what's the name of the person and how exactly, does it look like? If it looks as you know, the most handsome, beautiful partner that you could imagine and has all the other characteristics. That's the most important thing. And I think that when we are in this mindset, we actually attract the right persons that actually match exactly all the characteristics that we actually think and, you know, described in our mind and on paper, and, you know, we have thought of. So that being said, let's pass to part number 2 of the video. How do we manifest a specific person? So let's say that regardless what I said, that manifesting specifically John or Maria might not be the good idea, but you insist and you're like, no, but I really want to manifest this specific person with this name. In order to do that, you have to do basically the same thing that you have to do in order to manifest a specific person with the characteristics that you want. And that is to focus on the things that you love about that person. So ignore everything else that is not exactly what you desire, and just focus on all the positive aspects. Even if in real life you don't see them all the time and they seem sometimes that they disappeared, you keep on focusing and think of their positive aspects. What I like to do, and I did, and I would advise everybody to do, is to write on a piece of paper the positive aspects of that specific person, and just feel, you know, good and calm and grateful for having a person like that in our lives. And what will happen? Either that exactly specific person will come into your life or come back into your life with those characteristics because you are vibrating at that level, and if they vibrate as well at that level and you are right, they genuinely have those characteristics, then you will match because the vibrations will match, so the universe will have no other choice but to match you. And if that person that you wrote specifically the name does not have those characteristics that you wrote and that you actually thought they have, then the universe will match you with another person that has those characteristics. So either way, you win. Something that definitely you should not do is think of all the things that you don't like about a person, even if it's a specific person. Because what's gonna happen, even if you're sure, like, I really don't want this person because I know that it's not good for me, avoid saying and thinking of that, because the universe will just hear, oh, okay, so this is what you want, this is what I'm gonna give you, here it is. And that is definitely not a good idea. I will share with you a story that this happened to me to manifest a specific person that I actually did not want, and I laughed to myself and I said, yeah, I did this, I know. So what happened? Well, the specific person that I thought I wanted, anyway, got into a friendship with a person that I really disliked and did some things that I really disliked, and I started sharing this with a lot of my friends, what my specific person friend did and how he is and how I really don't like how he is and his lifestyle and what he does. So I started to talk about that, and I was so frustrated that how can a person be like this and influence in a bad way that specific person that at that time I wanted to manifest. And guess what happened? One day I go to the gym and I meet this guy that I saw him before. I had an intuition that no, it's not a good idea to talk with him, but you know what, that day he seemed like such a nice guy. He started talking to me, so I said, oh, you know what, my intuition sometimes might be wrong, he actually seems like a nice guy. So we started talking, we started, you know, meeting to do boxing, we're starting to share things about our lives. And for me, I'm usually very honest, and I prefer to be honest and upfront from the very beginning. So, you know, if people and men get scared about anything, they can get scared in the first weeks, months. So, you know, we don't need to waste any time. So telling him my life story, all the time I felt that there is just something and some lights and some things that don't match with this guy. Even his name, I was like, I don't think it's his name. And my intuition was always right, because guess what I find out? Just by chance, while I was posting on Facebook group some advertising about my yoga classes, I see this thing on a Facebook group. Be aware of Tinder swindler of the region where I stay. And I see his picture. And I was like, and his original name, and I was like, wow, that is crazy. And in this picture, this girl says that this is Tinder swindler of the region where I live. His name is this. Guess what? His name was exactly the name of my specific person friend that I talked about all the time that I don't like. And he had all the characteristics of that guy too. And for me, that was like, this is absolutely crazy how this happened so fast. And I knew, and I said to myself, I manifested this because I kept on talking and thinking about that. And I was on the perfect vibration to match with this kind of person. So this is an example how it is and why it is very important to acknowledge on which vibration you are when you are manifesting anything, because the universe doesn't hear only your words, but hears and, you know, feels your vibration. And words are also important, because if you keep on talking about something, then you're gonna jump on that vibration even without realizing, and you're gonna attract exactly what you don't want. So the most important takeaway, always think, feel, and speak about what you want, especially when it comes to a specific person. And always, you know, make a little vibe check with yourself and ask yourself, how do I feel? Do I feel good? Do I talk about this person, you know, in a good way? Or if I don't, at least I have a good feeling about this person. Because when you have a good feeling about something and you think of all the things that you're grateful for about that person, this is what you're gonna attract. When you're complaining and you feel bad and you focus on the bad things, this is also what you're gonna attract. So, regardless if you want to manifest Mr. XYZ or Mrs. XYZ, or you don't mind, they can be A, B, C, D, E, whatever as well, but have these specific characteristics. The most important thing is always to focus and talk about what you want, in order for the universe to understand and bring you exactly the perfect match for your vibration. And if it is hard for you to think of the positive aspects of a specific person, then just drop the subject and think of the positive aspects of everything else and anything else, and just do things that make you feel good, and then the universe will match you with good people, feelings, experiences in all aspects of your life. So I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. Let me know in your comments, usually if you manifest your specific person in terms of specific names, or you think of general characteristics. And you can share with me if you want some manifesting stories that happened to you or to your friends. I always love to hear about other people's manifesting stories, regardless if they are something that they wanted or something that they didn't want. The important thing is to acknowledge that, because that is a sign that you understand how manifesting works, and that it's okay to at least, you know, take responsibility whenever we manifest something that is not wanted, and to understand how that happened, so it's not gonna happen again, and we're gonna focus on what we want and match with the vibrations of love, gratitude, and everything that we desire. Like, share, subscribe to my channel for more very useful and fun and entertaining as well content about manifesting, workouts, everything about the happy, healthy lifestyle, body, mind, and soul. And of course, sometimes vlogs from my life as well, but always things that you can learn from. Thank you so much for your support. Looking forward to hear your stories, and see you soon. Have a beautiful day and best of luck with manifesting your specific person. Kisses and good vibes.